All right, we're here with Matt now from Meduza Camera. So it's a brand new camera system. You guys are, we heard a little bit about you guys, I don't know, probably 6 months ago. You sort of came out with some drawings. We're talking about the camera, this sort of brand new platform, and now there's a real camera sitting here in front of us that you guys are going to sort of talk to us a little bit about. So thanks for spending some time with us. What would you say are, sort of some of the key features of this brand new camera platform?
We'll start out with the interaxial itself. What we have is a 38 millimeter to 110 millimeter interaxial. We have 5 degrees of convergence as well. What makes the camera unique is that we have 2 camera sensors basically being triggered by one processing unit, one CPU. So it's designed to be a 2D camera, but 3D in the same breath. So people that are used to one format can transition easy to the next. What makes it also nice is the fact that it's all based off of one trolley system. So in terms of the alignment or anything like that, there's no issues of aligning the camera. There's no, basically you can take it out of the box and start to shoot in 3D right away. A lot of the accessories are everything that people are familiar with. We have a 2-stage map box with the system as well, normal eyepiece. On the back of the camera, from the output side, we have dual-link HDSDI, we have single-link HDSDI, and also HDMI as well.
I think the accessories are probably something that people are particularly interested in. You guys have sort of a different system than a normal camera might have. It looks like something that I would load ammo into, or something that a mag maybe clips onto or something. Where did the idea of basically putting these, what looks like an M16, sort of accessory mount onto a camera come from?
Well, the main thing is actually from one of our internal founders of the company, and what it is, these are called NATO rails, so they're standard for the NATO, for the military system. To give you perspective, the carry handles, as an example, will cost you a couple dollars as opposed to hundreds of dollars. These are readily available on the internet. It's a standard worldwide. We have handles, we have flashlights, you have anything that you could put on a NATO type of system go onto this camera.
Do you worry about people getting on FBI watch lists ordering this stuff for their cameras?
You know what? Whatever happens, happens. I can't control that. But the beauty is that it's a system that is again designed to be very simplistic in its 3D form. Another thing that we've done on the side of the camera, from a remote perspective, we've done in such a way that it'll be agnostic to the controlling system. So if you were to go with a controller like a Preston unit or an Element Technica unit or a C-Motion, you'll plug it in, the camera will actually figure out what it is and control from there.
Oh, that's very cool. And so are you guys writing software then to be able to basically have an API or something so that you can have these different controllers plug into the camera?
We'll have a separate section that's that board, which will be more or less the translator between the systems.
Very cool. So from a imaging perspective, maybe this is a good time to talk to you, Matt. What kind of files are you recording, and what is your plan to put this stuff through post, get it into editorial?
Well, at the moment, we're actually outputting 2 types of data. One is raw 12-bit stereo. The other is processed color in a 444 or 422 format. Right. So we've actually got both of those threads running simultaneously. Internal to the camera, we've developed all of our own software. We've got this running on FPGAs at the moment. One nice thing about this is because we've got our own proprietary FPGAs, we can mix and match image sensors on the front end. So one compelling feature of this camera is that it's future-proof. As image sensors develop, as new image sensors come out with different capabilities, higher dynamic range, faster speeds, we'll be able to apply those to the front end of this just by swapping out a front end.
Oh, that's very cool. And now, so more about the sensors. What are we talking about size-wise? Are these 2/3 sensors? Are they Super 35?
At the moment, we're going either 2/3 inch or 1/2 inch. We've also got plans in the works for Super 35. And these Super 35s are not only high resolution, but high frame rate. So the 2/3 inch sensors we've got now can go up to 300 frames a second at 1080p, which is very attractive for things like sports, slow motion in sports, and other applications like that.
And that frame rate is locked in 3D as well, so you're recording a 300 frame per second 3D stream.
The challenge with all of that is to find an appropriate recording medium for those high frame rates, because as we're spitting out 12 bits, 2 channels of 1080p, you're getting into multiple tens of gigabytes per second. So that tends to fill up solid-state drives very quickly.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And then I guess finally, from a lensing standpoint, do you guys use a, it looks like that might be a Micro Four Thirds lens or something like that. Do you guys have a lens system that you're using?
We're currently using our own sets of primes that are basically very high quality manufacturers that have been put in our form factor. So we've got a set of 16 primes that matched primes that we can use with the stereo system now. We're also investigating using zooms. Zooms add a little bit of complexity to this system and to any 3D system because you've got to get match zooms that track very well. So that's a future plan. At the moment, I think we're going to stick with the set of primes that we've got.
That's very cool.
Like how close can you get?
Right, yeah. So from a 3D standpoint, when we talk about convergence and interaxial distance and things like that, what is your sort of minimum convergible depth, and how do you control the 3D system on the camera?
We've got a user interface that we can control through a USB, or as Al was saying before, using the Preston rigs or the Element Technica rigs. So we can control that in real time. We've also got software that allows us to auto-converge. So it will look at the difference between left and right eyes, and as a region of interest changes in the left and right eyes, it will track that and adjust convergence accordingly.
Wow, that's very, very cool. And so far as a sort of window to market, when are you guys planning on having these bodies sort of out in the world ready to start shooting projects on?
We have got prototypes that are working now, and we're going to be doing some projects with those in the next month or so. I would say within the next 3 to 6 months, we'll actually have product that we're going to be shipping.
And the big final question, of course, is what's the damage? What is this package going to cost us, and how will it be sold? Will it be bodies, and then you buy a different sensor and you get lenses, or will you do packages, or what's the plan there?
I believe the package will be something for lease initially, and it will be a mix and match kind of thing. So you can get the body with your choice of image sensors, with your choice of lenses, and kind of adjust things and mix and match from there. So the price, base price, I don't know if I've got that info. You may want to talk to our marketing guy about that. But the price will vary all over from the base price all the way up to all of the sensors, all of the lenses, and all of the functions.
Very cool. Yeah. Let's. So if we could just get you to sort of do a little walk around the camera and just sort of point out some of the important stuff.
Okay. So we'll start with the back of the camera. So we have an LCD panel with a jog knob push button for some of the basic functions of the camera. Then you have the HDMI outputs here. You have 2 dual-link HDSDIs coming out for 444 outputs. Then you have remote controls here for the camera, and then the USB control as well. This side of the camera, we have remote controls for the motor drives and also separate power feeds here. And on this side of the camera, what we have is HDMI for the monitoring system and also with power. So it'll mount to any standard head. It'll go onto any Steadicam rig. So it's fully compatible with the current systems that are out there in the marketplace.
And it's one of the only cameras in the market that offers a bayonet mount, I guess.
A bayonet mount. True bayonet. That actually is a custom mount for Meduza. That's unique to us.
So if you're in a high stakes 3D environment, you can have there's a safety factor, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Al. This is great to get a walk around of what sounds like a very exciting technology, and we'll look to see more from you guys in the future. So from Createasphere, this is Steve signing off.